So one of the funniest things that happened this week, man, we were walking around camp, and as the week progressed, it's so cool because so many of our students, this was the first time they've ever been to either a youth camp or camp in general. And so I am proud to say that, man, they had the greatest time of their lives. They're excited about going back next year, but it was funny because they've never experienced camp before, had no idea what to expect. And I just remember towards the end of the week, they were saying all these things and talking about all these things. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I have like 5 boys that, we brought 10 boys up to camp this week. And like 5 of them all the time, they were like, oh, we're gonna go take a GP. And I'm like, what does this mean? What is going on? Someone fill me in. And they're like, oh, it stands for group poop. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys. I was like, that's what girls do. They would go off to the bathroom together and just line up in the stalls and poop together because they're too embarrassed to go do it on their own. And then they had all these different ones, like GP2 was like, they're gonna go take showers in separate showers together. That way they can talk and be girling, having conversations while they're showering. Like, I don't get it, but it was so funny. I was like, man, you guys are hilarious, and man, what just an awesome experience to laugh at how stupid young people can be. And man, that just brings a smile to my face. So it was a good week, and we're so excited for next year.
The funnest part at camp for me was I got to take a picture of the crossing. The crossing is a worship team.
Something fun that happened to me at camp was I met this nice guy named Steve.
Steve.
We became like really, like best friends, and we had like really good time together.
I mean, one was a swing, and man, I'm scared of heights. I hate heights. And people from my youth group were like, "You're going all the way to the top. You're going all the way to the top." And I was like, "I don't want to. I'm scared." I got up there and I was trying to release it, and I was like, "Man, I'm so scared." I looked down. I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't do that. No, I'm just gonna like look straight." And I let go, and I like felt my face go pale, and I was like, man, I don't like this. And I was like swinging back and forth. I was like, oh, this isn't that bad, you know? And then like I turned around in the swing, and I was facing towards the ground, one swing back, and I was like, there it is again. Nope, I'm scared.
The first part that when I was in camp was probably when I went down the zip line with a sombrero. Like, that was probably the funnest thing I've done. Or either when we all jumped into the pool and whatnot. It was really fun. I really liked it.
I made a couple, maybe like 30 new friends. Hope to see them back next year.
Sweet.
Okay, so we did this thing called the Amazon Woman, and it was like my favorite thing because like all the guys were like in this big crowd thing and they hooked arms, and all the girls, like, we literally ran at them and like pried them from each other, and they were like yelling and screaming. It was literally like the funniest thing that I've ever done in my life. And it's just like a really great memory.
I can't do it. Okay. One of the funniest things that happened at camp was Jaden, like, he was getting hugged and he was like, everybody clap your hands. And then like everybody did it and they screamed and they did it. And yeah, I think that's like one of the most funniest things that happened at camp.
So there was at one point we were standing in the lunch line, and I was standing next to a couple of leaders from Stone Church, some girls, and they look over and they're like, oh, look at that little boy, he's so cute, he's just so precious. And I turn around and I'm like, yep, that's Jaden, he's one of mine, he's pretty adorable. They were like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And that was pretty much the entire week, everyone thinking Jaden's cute.
Fine.
What's like a funny memory, favorite moment you had at camp? Maybe something fun you did?
When Justin jumped off the high dive and landed flat on his back.
One of the funniest things was when Justin went off the high dive and tried to do a front flip and then couldn't go all the way. And he just landed on his back and did a back flop.
One day I'm talking to Justin and I'm telling him about this thing that happened at the lake where somebody jumped off the high dive and all you hear is a smack, and the whole lake is like, oh. And then the very next day, Justin goes off the high dive, does a backflip, lands on his back, smack, ah. And and it's just like a big deja vu moment. And I had to point it out to him, and he thought it was hilarious, and everyone thought it was hilarious. So
this has probably been mentioned before, but I totally went to do like a front flip off of the high dive, and anyway, I didn't end up finishing the flip. I really only did it halfway, and then I landed flat on my back. And that hurt for the rest of the day. It felt like razors on my back, but it was hilarious. So, take one for the 600 students.
You do anything fun at camp?
What I can think of right now.